Hi, this is Jundo. Welcome to Tree Leaf. You know, I sit here and talk most days about how you gotta have a thick skin towards life. Just let it go. Whatever people do, whatever people say, let it be, let it go. But sometimes it's easier to give out advice than it is to take your own advice. And so, sometimes I'm a little sensitive about things, a little maybe too attached to what people say about our Sangha, what they say about me as a teacher, for example. And so I saw someone who said something publicly that I really disagreed with. He said we were too soft in some other things. And I thought, well, I gotta set him straight. Well, silly me. Should have just let it go, I guess. But no, I was going to set him straight. You see, we have this thing in our Sangha that you can talk about anything, you can discuss any subject, no holds barred, but be civil about it, be gentle in speech. We don't even like the four-letter words because we think it brings down the atmosphere, it makes a hostile environment, and be kind to other members, that kind of thing. So the guy said, oh yeah, you're a bunch of people pretending you're happy and goody-goody, two-shoes Buddhists and namby-pambies. Let me tell you something. Our Sangha is not a bunch of fake happies. There are people who are sick, people getting divorces, people going through really difficult times in their life, and our Sangha is a place where we share together, support each other together. We laugh, we smile, but we cry together. Most important, we're strong together. We support each other. All the human emotions are there. We're just human beings trying to hold each other up, trying to, well, help each other get through this life. It's not a place of happiness. It's a place sometimes to smile and sometimes to cry, but all the time to practice. And that's the most important thing. In order to practice, you need a certain environment, I feel. Any Zen monastery you go to in Asia, they have rules. The Buddha spoke about right speech. Speak gently. Treat other practitioners with respect. Because you find that environment, it's like any school. It's conducive to learning and practice. A Zendo is no different from a karate school, a cooking school. You cannot have someone there to learn cooking if the guy's going to fight with the other students in the class, argue with the teacher about the best way to cook a fish, write graffiti on the walls, use cusses at everybody. It's not conducive to learning to cook. Well, Zen practice is learning to cook your life, as many people have said. And so we insist that there must be a certain decorum. So I went to this guy and I said, hey buddy, I'm from the Bronx. Don't think, you accuse me of trying to be a fake, sweet guy and that I never get angry. Just ask my wife who Jundo really is. I'm just like any other guy. I got my days, I get up on the wrong side of the bed. But the point is, I got my days, and I stepped on my child's toy the other day. You should have heard the words that came out of my mouth for a few seconds there. Things get to me too. I'm not the Buddha, you see. If you're the Buddha, maybe you're beyond all this. We're bodhisattvas in the world of samsara, trying to get by. And that means our practice is not about never falling down, never falling in the mud. It's about walking this path, maybe recovering our balance a little faster than otherwise. Maybe when we do fall, getting up with grace. Maybe keeping the path so that we don't fall down as much as we would without this practice. But that doesn't mean that I never get angry or never start to do something wrong. I'm not the Buddha. I'm just a practitioner like everyone else. And this was a perfect example. So I said to this guy, hey buddy, what are you accusing me of, not using these words? And I didn't want to fight with a guy. Sometimes I wrote my own name, and sometimes, I just make comments anonymously, but I wanted to make my point. I said, hey, buddy, you want to see what these words are? And I said, here, I'm from the Bronx. I know a couple of words. How would you like it if I called you? How would you, does that make you feel good? Is it conducive to your practice and peace of mind? And I think I threw a couple other words, good words in there too. And I made the point too that you cannot criticize from afar. You guys are not a member of our Sangha. Come to the place where we practice you and see what it's like. My cat's over there and he's giving me a couple words too. Well, before I knew it, I realized my attempt to make this point with the guy, I think I was actually getting a little upset, and their right speech went out the window. And in an attempt to prove to the guy that, yeah, Jundo sometimes got angry, I think I actually maybe showed him a little too much of that, and did. Well, you get back on the path. You dust the mud off and you keep going. But the point is that our practice is not namby-pamby. It's just a school with a good environment. And you know, even sometimes people accuse Soto practitioners of being too soft. You know, why don't you, some of the Rinzai folks, you know, no pain, no gain, sit until you drop. Well, you know, Soto, we have times of tough practice too, but it's more a consistent, balanced, gentle walk through the mountains, through life. This is more important than a race to get anywhere or beating down the doors. We're not soft, let me tell you. We are not namby-pambies. I don't have to tell off some guy in order to prove the fact that our Sangha is about life and real people and strength and supporting each other and good practice. That's the most important thing. You come to our Sangha, behave, practice, be respectful of others, support others, and just sit. And that's what we're going to do right now.